And the main thing that we are going to look at today is actually this one, using the word although, all right, in sentences, right? The word although. And we're using it for your synthesis and transformation. And this is the part where you combine two different sentences together into one sentence, but it must still have the same meaning. So that's your synthesis and transformation part. So we will go through that today. That's the main thing we're looking at. And if we still have extra time, then we will look at vocabulary close and composition. Okay, so like what I said, this is the second last lesson for this year, and it's a holiday lesson. Okay, so over here we are at lesson 47. Next week will be lesson 48, and then there's no more lesson 49. Okay, so please don't turn up for classes next week. All right, we only have one last class next week. Okay, Emmett and Sophia, if you join us, okay, please also note that next week's class is the last class. Next week, okay, not today. All right, today is the second last class. So we are at week 47 of the holiday classes. Let's begin. Okay, so we're looking at the word although, right? Although actually means something will still happen, although something else doesn't happen or something else happens. Okay, so it's used to join two sentences. Okay, when the second event occurs means happens. So the second thing will happen regardless of the first thing. Regardless means it doesn't matter. Okay. The second event will still happen, right? Doesn't matter what the first event is. So over here, I'll give you the both of you two examples using your names. Okay, so I can over here I can say something like so these are just examples, huh? So let's say although, right? I have here the word although at the front of the sentence. Okay, and then I can say although Sophia, okay, although Sophia loves to eat sweet things. Okay, although she likes to eat sweet things, all right, she does not like durians. All right, she does not like durians. So no matter if it's sweet or not, Sophia just doesn't like durians. All right, does not like durians. So it doesn't matter whether the first thing is true or not. I mean, doesn't matter whether the first thing happens or not. She just doesn't like durians. Okay. And I'll give you another one with Emmett in it. So I'm going to make this a little bit more funny. Okay, Emmett? But it's just an example. All right. Over here, I can say, although Emmett loves, maybe I can say loves digging his nose. How about that? Okay, so although Emmett loves digging his nose, okay, so we have although over here. Although Emmett loves to do that, but it doesn't matter because in the end, so think about it. If someone loves to dig their nose, right? They might be very unpopular with the friends because the friends might go, ew, you dug your nose and then you flick your nose booger everywhere, right? But Emmett is very popular, right? Loves digging his nose. He is very popular in school. So doesn't matter whether he digs his nose in front of you or not, he's still very popular. Okay, so that's like another example over here, right? He is still very popular in school. So that's how we use although, basically. So doesn't matter whether the first thing happens or not, the second thing will still happen. Okay, so that's what this first sentence here is trying to tell us. All right, it's trying to tell us that this is true. Next thing, okay, do not repeat the noun in the transform sentence if the subject is the same in the original sentence. So just take note, for example, the Sophia sentence, right? Over here, we see that in the Sophia sentence, we have Sophia here as a proper noun already that I underline in blue. Next one, I won't say Sophia again. I'll just use a pronoun to refer to her. Same thing for Emmett. All right, that's the proper noun Emmett. I will use he after that instead of Emmett again. Okay, so don't repeat the proper noun. And then next thing to remember is if although is used at the beginning of the sentence. Okay, I'll use a different color for this one. I will use maybe light blue, right? If although is used at the beginning of the sentence, remember to add a comma, like the comma over here. See, there's a comma here, there's a comma here. That's only if although is at the beginning of the sentence, then we must have a comma in the middle after the first idea. Okay, so keep that in mind. So let's start. Okay, so this is the first example. It is drizzling outside. The boys have gone to play soccer. This is worth 2 marks on Class Dojo. Can you type your answers to me in the chat group? Okay. I hope you can find the chat group. Find the chat group and type your answers in. Remember that although is in the middle of the sentence. Okay, so how do we use although to combine both these sentences? Which is the one that doesn't matter? The one that doesn't matter needs to go after although. The doesn't matter part will go after although. This part will still happen. Anything that happens after although it's the doesn't matter part. The still happening part, right, is anything that's the other part. Okay, Sophia is correct. She has sent me the answer. Excellent. Okay, let's give Emmett some time as well. Very good. Okay, you both are correct. So I will add your points here. So, let me just make the rest of them not here so it's easier for me to see as well. Okay, so that's 2 points to Emmett and 2 points to Sophia. Nice. Okay, so we know that from your answers, it is drizzling outside, can be placed over here. And the boys have gone to play soccer, should be placed over here. Okay, next question. This one, 2 marks. Send me your answers in the chat group as well. Oh, sorry, this is a bit harder. So it's 3 marks. You got to be careful. And quick clue for you here to remind you, she has 3 words. All right, you might want to add that word in over there. And you might want to ask yourself, do you still need this one over here? Do you still need this one over here later on? If you've already mentioned the word. Okay, so Sophia and Emmett have sent in their answers. Let me look at it really carefully. Okay, so Emmett is not completely correct. Sophia is not completely correct as well. Okay, in that sense that, okay, I will still give you the 3 marks each, but that's not the best answer because you've already said the word dolls. You don't need to repeat it again at the end. So we can actually get the answer by writing this. So she, the word she has to change, right, to add Sheena, right? So although Sheena, all right, has 3 dolls already, comma. So far so good. That's the part where the both of you got it right. Okay. This is the part. The Sheena over here needs to be changed to she, right? Which you both got correct as well. So she, all right, she wants, and you don't need to mention doll again. You can say she wants a new one because dolls are the only thing that's been mentioned over there. So that's the model answer in that sense. Okay. But I will still give you the full marks for that because technically you're not wrong. It's just not the best answer. Okay. So 3 points to Emmett and 3 points to Sophia. All right, let's have a look at the next one. How do we change this then? It's only one sentence, but we can change it into an although sentence. Think about it carefully. Which is the one that doesn't matter, and which is the one that will happen anyway. And think about it carefully. Ask yourself, do we still need this word? Okay, over here, I'm still giving you hints. Later on, there are 10 questions, all right, where you will just do it and I won't give you hints so that you can practice on how to use although in your synthesis and transformation questions. Very good. Emmett is completely correct. Okay, Sophia, I actually don't need the word still over there, but that's fine. Okay, it kind of shows that although he's already at that age, right? He's still active. That's fine. Okay, so you are both correct. So this one is a little bit tougher as well. So I'll give you 3 points each. Okay, so you are both essentially correct. It's quite simple. And I think I pointed that out to you. You don't need to use but anymore, right? Because but has actually been replaced with the word although directly here already. So you can say, although Mr. T is old, comma, which the both of you gave me, very good. He, referring to Mr. T, he is active. Okay, good. Next. Mrs. Chen has a knee problem, yet she jogs regularly. Now, I will leave this one to you, okay? But all the clue I'm going to give you is, do we need yet? Think about it, okay? Sophia is done. You are completely correct, Sophia. Very good, okay? Emmett is done as well. Good. I'm glad the both of you didn't get tricked by the word yet, because the word yet is actually, or rather has actually been replaced by the word although over here. So you are correct, the both of you. So you just need this part. Although Mrs. Chen has a knee problem, put it down over here, and then have a big comma. Then she jogs regularly, and then you would be getting it correct. All right. So since this one has the little trick of using yet over there, I will give each of you 3 marks for this as well. Okay, Sophia, you are completely correct. Good job. What do you think is going to happen to Ted? Because he continued to eat 2 more curry puffs. What do you think is going to happen to him? Make a guess.